What is good, YouTube? Shy here, coming at you fast with some more MTG content. It is Brawl Wednesday today. I'm very excited. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if my opponents will be feeling the same way. We'll see. Either way, there comes a point in everyone's life where you have to ask yourself, are we the baddies? Are we the baddies? Usually the answer is yes. In this case, the answer is definitely yes. We are the baddies. So I was just bored and brewing. I was looking at legendary creatures and I thought, what kind of a jerk would make a mono blue deck with Narset as the commander? Shutting off card draw at any time for 3 mana from the command zone? That's pretty wild. Well, as I was building the deck, I realized that wasn't nearly depraved enough. The only commander that truly fits what the spirit of this mono blue deck here is the edgelord himself, Jace, wielder of mysteries. So he is Laboratory Maniac the commander. You win the game. His passive is if you draw a card and your library has no cards in it, you win the game. So look at that win condition in the command zone. Wow. You can plus him to mill someone, yourself, and draw a card. And then you can -8 to draw 7 cards. But that won't come up very often because people are going to be attacking this guy with a passion, trying to get me to mill myself and then die, which I'm perfectly happy doing. That's certainly a thing that can occur. As far as the deck, there are some specialized cards, but for a lot of it's just mono blue good stuff. Very spell and counter spell based deck. We have Opt, of course. Just ever since closed beta, when the only thing on this program was Ixalan, I still used Opt, and I've never really stopped ever since then. It's just super fun. Spectral Sailor, sure. It's a early drop, draws you cards eventually, always good. Unsummon, nice way to delay people long enough for you to win. This is when the board you can use this a lot, pretty much any time, but it's really good when the board's starting to get a little bit scary, especially if they're if OP's making a big mutate pile. Anticipate, card draw, Cutthroat, pretty awesome. I've never actually cast this in this deck; it's always gotten milled, but I'm sure if we play it, we get a lot of counters on it, a lot of cheap instants, sure. Cerulean Drake, just in case, seems good. Lots of utility here. Can block red creatures forever and can prevent a pretty devastating effect from targeting me. What that would be, I don't know, but now we don't have to worry about it. Drown Secret. So this is this is a really effective way to mill yourself quickly. It seems pretty meh, but it comes into play for 2 mana and you just get to trigger it so much in a mono blue deck, obviously, but still. Essence Scatter, sure, good counter spell. Transmutation is some quote-unquote removal for a problematic ability on a creature. Mission Briefing is usually used to snapcaster a counter spell. Ominous Seas is a good threat. It keeps the opponent engaged. They have to spend spells and creatures to deal with Krakens while you're milling yourself. And hopefully drawing with Jace to pump out more Krakens. Radical Idea, card draw, Tail's End, good counter spell. Brazen Borrower, awesome value. We'll never not play this card unless we're talking about a Lutri spells deck. Calliope seems really good. I haven't really get to play with her too much, but Devotion to Blue, that's got to be good. The fact that it makes it harder for them to target our stuff, I'm sure that'll come into play at some point. Didn't say please, so we have a few 3-mana counters in here that mill the opponent and not us. That's okay. This deck can mill the opponent too if you really want to, but usually I find it's just more consistent to mill yourself. There's so much graveyard nonsense right now. Like, you don't want to be putting Titans in their graveyard, like flashback spells in their graveyard, If they're playing a Nethroi deck, you just don't want anything in that graveyard. So it's good. It's good if you want to mill your opponent, but that's definitely not our primary goal here. We'd rather mill ourselves if we can. Narset, so not much to say there. Really good mono blue planeswalker, gotta put it in. Neutralize, good counterspell. Sinister Sabotage, good counterspell. Thought Collapse, another milling counterspell. You've got Capture Spheres, a little bit more quote-unquote removal. This one doesn't really work well against creatures with good abilities. This is more for creatures with big bodies that just want to get in there and we just don't let them. Chemister's Insight, good recurring card draw. Shot from Dreams, good card draw. God Eternal Kefnet, a good threat that'll keep the opponents busy. It's usually what ends up happening is you put Kefnet back in your deck and then you end up milling it, and you know what? That's fine. If you get to play Kefnet, great. If you have to mill Kefnet, great. It means you're milling yourself. Either way, you're winning. Cavalier of Gales just seems really cool. I don't play with this one too often, but brainstorming when it comes into play is pretty powerful. I don't care too much for the shuffle it into its owner's library, but we'll just mill it. That's fine. Voracious Great Shark is a good late game threat / counterspell. Boon to the Wishgiver, super versatile. Card draw 1 card for 1 or 4 cards for 6. Commence the end game, can't be countered, draws cards, makes a threat. Great. Really love to see it. Dream Eater really disrupts a lot of combat steps, and you don't have to target a creature either. You can target any non-land permanent, so it can be a short-term answer for things like planeswalkers and good enchantments as well. Flood of Tears is an emergency button. It's not going to be too often that we get to put the free permanent into play, but that doesn't matter. Just returning everything is a great way to kind of reset the board and give yourself the edge. Shark Typhoon, just awesome. We're usually going to cycle it, but you never know. Agent of Treachery, super good late game card. Can win the game automatically if they spend their whole time making one good thing, which a lot of decks do, surprisingly. Kiora Best the Sea God is just really fun. Every single mode on this is hilarious. Real good. Thassa's Intervention, really good flexible card. It's either card draw or counterspell. We've got Mass Manipulation for a little bit of mass mind control that isn't enchantment based. And then for lands, we're running 21 of the blue ones, islands with big chains on them too, to let you know how terrible. It just reminds you of how terrible it is to play against this deck. Mystic Sanctuary, which has a little bit of use. It's good for buying back counter spells for sure. Then we have a Field of Ruin if we have to deal with a problematic land, and we have Karn's Bastion to pump up planeswalkers mainly. And yeah, that is the deck. So I'm gonna feel really bad playing this. Hopefully we just lose a bunch. It sounds weird to say, but we don't deserve to win with this deck. What are we talking about? Either way, that's the list. Let's see how it goes. Okay, looks like we have an interesting first matchup. Kalia. When it enters the battlefield, the top 6 cards may reveal an angel, demon, and or dragon and put them in your hand. So, dealing with a lot of big monsters here. This should be interesting. I do get to go first. That's worth mentioning. Not a huge fan of this hand. Mission Briefing does nothing in this hand currently. And we don't have any counters. So they're just going to get to do whatever they want. Yikes. Similar situation, but I really don't want to go to 6 here. So we'll play it out and see how it goes. We can shut down Kalia here if we need to. She doesn't do much, though, after she... whatever. She doesn't do much after she enters. So we're anticipating here. We do have a counter. We really want to untap land. We need that counter live pretty much instantly. So we have to counter Kalia the first time it comes down. Hoping here he plays in an artifact or something, he or she. Okay, I'm okay with that. It's a good card. What's this art? Ooh. Okay, we found it. So you got to untap land. We got another one, perfect. So this turn we just pass. And we're going to counter Kalia when she comes down. She's not coming down this turn though, so... We'll deal with her next turn, I guess. I wish I had some card draw here, but we don't. Oh well. Oh jeez, what are you doing, bud? No one likes a whiner, buddy. Put your hood down. Okay, let's see what comes down. Rotting Regisaur. So that's an interesting one. We're gonna let that resolve for sure. And then we're gonna capture Sphere. This works for us because now they still discard the cards, but they don't get the body. So they're really working against the clock here to deal with what's going on here. So eventually they're just not going to have any cards left in hand. Wow, they could not have played something I would have loved to see more. Good note here too, this does let us surveil, so awesome. Gonna sabotage that for sure. I'd like to see Counterspell would be good. That's not good. I don't mind dumping that though, because it gets a card out of our deck. Okay, so this turn, we can draw in from Dreams. There's a few things we can do. I'm just gonna Jace. If they play a big scary creature, hopefully it doesn't have haste and we can just put it right back in their hand. Okay. Yeah. So OP is starting to realize what kind of situation they're in here. Just saw the mouse over register there. Pretty much the prime capture Sphere target. Okay, so they're probably Kalia in again. Creature on the battlefield. That creature is a black zombie in addition to its other types. And it doesn't do anything else, eh? Okay. That's pretty good. It would be normally if they weren't playing against this deck, but we're just going to bounce that, I think, back to their hand. That seems like it's going to be pretty hard for them to play. Okay, so let's start with Jace. Oh man, sorry, OP. Okay, now this turn... Nope, not that one. Let's draw in from Dreams, and we'll see if we can hit a 3-mana counter here. Essence Scatter, good. Neutralize, good. Let's get both. Okay. So the discard not affecting the OP as much as we thought it would because they are a Reanimator deck, so it makes sense why they're playing this now. I didn't get it at first because it's not one of the creature types we're looking at. So he did not pay its whatever cost. We still counter that though. There's no reason to let that go through. If he has a 2-mana play, he has a 2-mana play. Sailor comes in. And we're not going to attack with Sailor because he can chump block a creature that has haste but not trample. How are we doing here? 32 cards in deck. Okay, about halfway there. What's the best way to do this? Resolving a Shark Typhoon is nice, but let's try to stay on plan here, I think. So hopefully he taps out and we just counter a big thing here. Yeah, that's right, just cast Kali again. Okay. So that gives it haste. Let's just neutralize that. I don't see any reason to let that go through. And then we'll draw at the end of turn. Oh, nice. We got Drown Secrets. Okay. So this is where things start getting kicked into high gear. We do have a Thought Collapse. Good. So we're not too worried about the counterspell. And they've given up, which is fair. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Opie. I didn't mean it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, this deck though, oh man. Why did I make this? Okay, playing a personal favorite here, Yarok the Desecrated. He used to have Not a great standard deck, but a fun standard deck that had him in it. OP goes first. So 4 lands isn't amazing, but we do have Brazen. We do have, like, the 3 cards that are here are the kind of cards we're looking for. We'll keep. 3-mana counters aren't as good when OP goes first, but we'll see how it goes. Next turn we're already going to start. We already have options. We can either Borrower or Idea. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Now we just want to keep hitting our lands and more counter spells. That was not an for me, that was an for Mr. Zorkmead here. Risen Reef, that's definitely not going to happen. Except it is, because I just realized we're on 2 lands. Don't mind me. That's okay, we just have to make sure no more elementals come into play under his control. At least for a bit, anyways. We can take 1 pretty much forever. Okay, and here we just hold up 3-mana counter. I will start with the Sabotage, get our Scry off here. Nope. Yeah, I think we like that. I like getting stuff. I like milling ourselves, but I think that'll be a good one to have. He seems to be a creature-based deck. Okay, let's see what he tries now. No. This time Wheel didn't say please. Okay, we got a Murder there. We got a God Eternal. That's a good one to mill. I like not having to deal with a God Eternal this game. Okay. We're now at 5 mana, so we can now Shark whatever creature he plays. Probably be Yarick, I assume. I'll happily counter Yarick. Come on. Oh, he's going to hit us for 1 first. That's smart. Come on. Okay, he doesn't do anything. This might be a flash creature. We'll still anticipate, though. We will definitely still do that. You want Narset or Capture Sphere here? It's actually a pretty tough choice. Capture Sphere stops a big thing, but I don't know how worried we are about that. Narset? I mean, it's got to be Narset, right? Even if we only get 2 activations with her, I'll take it. And, yeah, we'll go. Okay, I like that. Let's do this first. So let's see if he has anything at end of turn here. Nope, okay. That's good. That would be how they get back in this for sure. Tap out for Yarick. Let's nope that. Get to mill ourselves as well. So he's choosing where to put it right now. Probably command zone. Yeah. Say they do reanimate stuff sometimes, but usually better to keep the commander where you have more control over it. Here, I think I'm gonna opt trying to hit land. This lets us milling off opt feels good too. Perfect. Just keep hitting those land drops, deck. That's what we need from you right now. Let's see. I have to assume this is a majority creature deck. We had Kiora, we have Murder. It's not all creatures. They could play a Planeswalker here and just really get us. It's slowly coming at me with the Risen Reef. Let's do this. Let's Petty Theft the Risen Reef. That'll let us mill ourselves a little bit more. And then we'll just Brazen War. We're milling ourselves again. Mill Kefnet, no problem. See if he has a kill spell here. Well, he does if he's not playing it. So I think the line here is attack with Borrower. We're going to play Narset and we're going to dig for another counter here, I think. Always milling ourselves, of course. Oh, look at that. Yeah, perfect. So that's out of their hand. One thing we should probably watch out for here, not that there's a ton of ways we can play around it, but the removal spell that lets them select different permanent types. Essence Scatter, nice. Destroy target creature, target enchantment, target planeswalker, all that, because they can get us, right now they can 3-for-1 us with it, which is fine. There's definitely worse things out there. We're going to let them Risen Reef. And they get to kill Narset, and that's wildly acceptable. Cavalier definitely does not get a pass, though. What's radical idea? Pitching Cavalier. Okay. Getting there. And into Narset activate. I like mission briefing here. Okay, what counters? Do we have any 2-mana counters in here? I know we have Essence Scatter. Anything else? Just the Essence Scatter, eh? I wonder... We can play Jace, but then we kind of have to hope that they try to play a creature on their turn. I like those odds. I like those odds quite a bit, actually. So we'll Jace into activate, milling ourselves. Oh, nice one to mill there. Now, OP, we need you to play exactly creature spell here. Let's play that commander again. You haven't played him in a while. You probably want to play him again. Here he goes. Yeah, we're pretty close here. Pretty close. Okay, Narset out.
Not prepared for this.
What will OP try here? Creature spell, creature spell. Yikes. Hey, look, it's the thing I said we should watch out for. Well, that sucks, but at least we get to Chemister's Insight, discarding Island. Command Zone for Jace. See if he has a 3-drop here.
It's just an illusion.
Yeah, we could have countered that if we had some patience and an extra mana, but we paid for that one, I think, pretty hard. Okay. Now for this turn, let's see, we're 13 cards away. Let's hold. Taking 4 a turn is not gonna lose us the game. He starts doing some crazy Field of the Dead stuff, though. That could definitely end it. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I think we... We can mission briefing. Oh, it's just Great Shark. Let's see if he has a counter here. No, just bake into a pie. No problemo. My turn. Alright, so he is stabilizing here. So I'm trying to think of the best way to counter that. I think we're just going to make an 8 blue Kraken creature token with hexproof. That usually stalls the board pretty well for at least a turn. Oh, he might have something though. Could he possibly play Wraths in this game? Let's see. So we're technically 10 cards in our deck away from winning with Jace. Okay, so we did get Yarok down. That's not too surprising. This is going pretty poorly, though, I like to think. I wonder if we take Yarok on our turn, just to stall. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? So I do want to Jace here. I'm not sure if that's ideal, though. Let's take Yarok while we can before he starts going off big time. Then on our next turn, we might take Risen Reef. Geez, that second, that Jace death was not quite what we wanted. Is he gonna kill the enchantment here? Okay, so he kills Yarok, I assume. Jeez, he's got a lot of power on board. This is looking like a loss. I have to assume anyways, there's just a lot going on here. We don't have, yeah, he destroyed our mill thing too. We just don't have an effective way to mill ourselves, really, is the big thing. But yeah, I will take, I think I'll take the Cavalier. Okay. So we're gonna attack for 10 here. He can block should he wish. No. I say no, sir. Okay, so that does that. Let's go to blockers. We have our own 2, buddy. Okay, so he goes to 10. Yeah, I really don't want to have to win with damage here, but that's what it's looking like. Assume we can still win, of course. We might just be past the point of being able to win. Gonna try, though. Gonna play it out. We do have a ton of ways to stall him here. This isn't an elemental. He escaped that, didn't he? Yep, didn't notice that. Oh well. What's gonna happen now? Not an elemental. Sure. So he's can attack for 7, 8, 9, 9 right now. Ooh, don't love to see that. Mission briefing is a good way to mill us for 2 as well. That might be exactly what we need. Well, can't prevent that, unfortunately. Let's see, we're at 10. We're at 9, basically, because we're about to draw. This will put us at 8, 7. Is there a 1 mana spell? There is. Here, let's do this. I'm gonna mission briefing end of turn just to hopefully get there. Become briefly tempted. Hold on. We have 8 mana. So you get to get a ton of stuff with this, right? No, we don't. You get to get 2 things? No. No. Milling's more important. We should just concentrate on winning the game here. Okay, he concedes. That might have been a bit of an early concede, but we were definitely close. Okay, we got another game here. We've got a pretty big tryhard deck here. We got Niv Mizzet with Gigantha. Good stuff. So the 5-color special. I don't like this hand. I'm not seeing any interaction. Brineborn Cutthroat is nice. I'd like to see how it plays in this deck, but this is not the deck to test it on. This is close, but it's honestly better because we swapped that Cutthroat for a Neutralize, so sure. Game understands what I'm looking for, I guess. I'd like to try to opt into a 2-mana counter spell here if I could. Or Drown Secrets. That's really good. Yeah, this is the turn you want to play it. Oh, nice. Ooh, gates. Those are interesting. The budget 5-color? It might just play a ton of gates because it has to. I'll do one more island, but we do want to get that field down pretty soon. So, depending on when he plays here, we might be looking to neutralize. He's got 4 mana. Geez, I'd like to not neutralize here. Oh, that is getting neutralized. Absolutely it is. So, he's going to play Niv Mizzet. I don't think there's any way around that, though. Yeah, there was no way we could let that Tef live. So the question is, do we Jace or do we Kefnet? I want to save Mission Briefing. I want to do that next turn. I want to just spend our mana this turn. Let's Kefnet. I like to play Jace a bit later for 4 mana instead of early for 4 mana, then later for like 6 to 8 mana. So we have to assume he's got the removal going in this deck. Okay. So he's going to punish me here. Whoa, what? Oh, okay. So we'll discard a card. We'll discard Kefnet. He served his purpose. Opponent probably scratching their head a little bit on that play. Me too. Okay. Now we just wanted to play a creature. That is definitely not a creature, but we can counter that if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we can. Let's discard. We'll keep Thought Collapse on top. Okay, then we're going to See, neutralize has no added effects. Let's just... This is Kiora, right? Let's just Tails Ender. Okay, some good draws. Lands are very important. So we have, what, 5 lands? If we get one more land, we can Jace, hold up Essence Scatter. That seems awesome. Okay, that's getting countered for sure by Shark. Mill ourselves. That's exactly what we wanted. Alright, we're at the halfway point with our milling ourselves. Milling yourself, just for some reason it feels better than milling other people. I don't get, it's because like with other people it's like, oh geez, like what am I turning on by filling up their graveyard? But when you mill yourself, it's just like, what are you gonna do about it? You can't stop me from milling myself without killing my permanents. Now you just want him to tap out for a creature here. He seems short on mana, which is a huge benefit for us. I actually will counter this just to continue that trend. I just basically want as little distractions as possible. That's funny, we kept that counter spell on top and we just milled it anyways because that's how this deck works. Okay, he's getting something through. What's he gonna get through? Okay, I accept that. That is, as weird as it sounds, that is not bad. We'll play this, but we're not going to use the ability. Let's decline, because we're just going to Jace instantly here. And even if we didn't Jace, we're going to play a blue spell at some point and mill it. I like this because now we can hopefully grab another 3-mana counter. If we have any left in the deck. We do not. We do have Thassa's. Plus untap land. We already played a land. Okay, that was a bad play. I guess we just hope they tap out this turn, but that's not possible. Wait, this is twice X though, isn't it? Yeah, so we need them to cast a 5-mana spell. That is a 4-mana spell. OP apparently not paying attention to our wants and needs. This is going to allow them, even if we counter, they can still sneak an instant or sorcery through to us. This is, I mean, this is still probably fine. We're pretty close to winning. I could Thassa's right now, but that's not what we want to use it for. We need a counter spell right now, I think. Bastion. Okay, nice. Spectral Sailor is good. It seems kind of silly in this deck, but he is a chump blocker at the end of the day, an instant speed chump blocker. Okay. What are we looking at here? Domri, that's going to be in... add mana if that mana is spent on a creature spell. Oof. I don't really want to counter this, but I will, out of respect. Because I'm sure it does something that I'm not thinking of that will ruin me. Beautiful. So if we Chemister's Insight here, we'll be at 8 cards in deck.
My brainstorms bring actual thunder.
Yikes! And they were so scared to cast these all game, but I feel like no, when they're stuck in mana, they probably shouldn't have cast them. What am I saying? Whoops! I did not Chemister's Insight there. Oh well. Interestingly enough, it might not matter. Radical Idea was fantastic there to mill. Yeah, sure. Deal with a Jace. I don't need his ult. Discard island to draw 1/mill 2. Okay, and that's game. Land. Chemister's Insight. GG. He probably doesn't think it's a good game, but let's go with style. We can't. We don't have enough mana to go with style. And that's game. Bam. Alright, and here we are. Looks like we go first. This will be game 4. This will probably be the final game. I feel kind of bad for sicking this on opponents so much, and it's starting to wear me down too. This hand is like very sketch. If that Karn's Bastion was an island, I'd be all for it. Cannon Bond or Hot Prodigy, eh? Pretty good commander. We'll mull. We'll cringe and mull. Okay, 3-mana counter when we're going first. I accept. Man, this is also a very similar hand to the last one. Alright, let's see what happens. Waiting on OP to decide if his free mull is good enough. Oh no, he went down to 6, okay. Hold off playing Sanctuary here. We're just gonna, I think we're gonna play Island first, just make sure we have our blue sources locked down. Game trying to punish us for playing colorless lands, but I refuse. And that is something this game will actively punish you if you put colorless lands in your deck, I find. Bam, okay, we definitely want that. No, I think we're free to play a couple colorless without any major issues. We will definitely play the Sanctuary first, though. Is what we would have said if they had played a threat, but they didn't, so we won't. Yeah, we'll play this. Karn's Bastion. It does... we don't want to ramp out Ominous Seas with Karn's Bastion, but we will start doing that if we run out of plays. Okay, so he's 6 mana. Yep, 6. Okay, that cannot be countered and will most definitely kill us. Good game. Yeah, he's just, I mean, protection from our deck, you know? Sure. So essentially this is saying that we just never get to ever have Jace survive. There is one thing I can think of that'll counter it. We're very far away from playing... Oh, no, we just need to draw it, really, that's it. The one that returns all non-land permanents, but even still, this comes down and you can buff it right away with haste. It gives itself haste, so you know what? You know what, though? We're going to play it out because we deserve it. We're bad people. We're playing a terrible deck that is not fun for anyone. We deserve to have our face beat in by a... This is karma, really. This is karma, Ceratops. I accept the karma. And we also forgot to proliferate there. The tight plays are continuing. So we have 3 turns left before we have 3 turns left to draw that card, which will not win us the game. I want to make that very clear. All that will do is delay them by 0 turns. Yeah, we'll come. Oh, we'll counter your guy. Why not? Can you play a gimmick? Can you play him a gimmick immediately? Absolutely. Will he? Definitely. Do we deserve it? Yes. Kraken. Keep in mind, Krakens cannot block the Ceratops. Now he has a counter. Oh, he let it go. Okay, 2 turns left. Well, we drew the Flood of Tears. That's funny. So, once again, this does absolutely nothing. We will Cavalier. Yeah, even Sanctuary for counter is not really what we want here. Yeah, definitely one of the weaker Cavaliers, that's for sure. Mass Manipulation does not counter Shifting Ceratops in any fashion. Jeez, what are we even getting rid of here? Let's do it this way. Let's put Mass Manip. I don't know what order these are going in, but... Okay, that's what I wanted. Oh, we get 1 Kraken. This can get reach too, so it can absolutely block Cavalier of Gales and kill it for free if they leave the Ceratops untapped. Not that they will, because it is currently a 2-turn clock we will not be able to deal with. Lesson Scatter Cannon, sure. It doesn't matter. Just give us our beats, OB. Just give us our beats. I'm thinking if there's a way to if there's any effects in this deck that shuffle hands into libraries. I don't think there is. Yep, sure. Nice one. And this is what we call a game. No point in making a Kraken. And we take 11. Perfect. Nope, that's great. So this may be a loss for us, but the bad guys were defeated today, and that's what really matters. So that'll be it for this this little diversion. I don't know if anyone's watching this, but anyone watching this, if you are and you like this list and you want to make the deck, please don't. Just please don't make this deck. It's not competitive. If it wins, it's gonna feel like total BS for you and for the opponent. You just mill yourself and then win. Like it's not fun. It's not fun for them. The more people play this deck, the worse the metagame becomes. Just don't play it. Just please don't. Normally I'd ask for similarly I'd normally ask for tips and suggestions on this one, but no, I don't want tips. I don't want suggestions. Hopefully I just never build anything like that again. And if you do want to give me tips and suggestions, I am trying to make a Nethroi deck. So I would love to see that. Either way, thanks so much for watching. Everyone, have an awesome day. And yeah, see you next time. Peace.